Okay, what's up, people? What's going down? This shit bright as fuck. That shit is bright. Okay, hold on. Let's put something here so it can hold up the phone. Okay, no, that's not that heavy. Okay, put this water. Oh my god, this shit's heavy. I'm saying, so you know, I'm over here having I'm over. Oh shit. Okay, hold on. I gotta put this shit somewhere. Because this is going to be a long video, man. I'm just trying to explain to y'all what's going on with me here with my son. With my son and my son's mother. Like, you know what I'm saying? So, you know. Nah, this is not good. Okay, hold on. This. Okay, man, you know what I'm saying? So, first of all, I hope everybody's having a good day. Me, I'm having a shitty day, man, like to tell you the truth. Okay, hold on, let's turn this off, save the power for the batteries. Okay, so, right now, you know what I'm saying? I just want to explain something to y'all about a situation in my life, like, you know what I'm saying? Now, to make it clear, I'm not blaming nobody for what's going on right now. Like, you know what I'm saying? I'm not blaming nobody for what's going on right now in my life, okay? I'm not that type of person. I just blame myself. Like, you know what I'm saying? You know? So, this is my situation, right? I got my son, my mother's son giving me problems. Like, you know what I'm saying? And she's been doing this for 27 years. 27 years she's been doing this to me. Okay, we're going to start from scratch. So like that, y'all could have an understanding of what's going on. Okay? So yesterday, me and her started going back and forth because I want to see my son. I want to see my son. And she's been lying to him the whole 27 years, lying. Saying that I'm going to see him and all that, and then she comes and she switches it up. You know what I'm saying? And then her pussy ass fucking brother doing some shit too. Like, you know what I'm saying? So anyway, so... right, okay, where I'm gonna start from. Okay, because and to make it clear, this is gonna be a long video. It's gonna be like until I'm finished. So it could be up to an hour, it could be 2 hours long. Like, I don't know how long it's gonna be. Like, you know what I'm saying? It's just that I need to let this shit out before I kill somebody the fuck out here. You know what I'm saying? So anyway, so we're gonna start from when I came out of jail. Okay, all right. I came out of jail, came back to where my ex was at, and then at that time I was living in a little room around the corner. I rented like a room. If anybody ever rented those, it's just a room and you pay every week and shit like that. It was just a room. Had a bed, it had a dresser and stuff like that. So I was living there. It was right around the corner from her. Like, you know what I'm saying? So we hooked up, we started going back together and stuff like that. But in this situation, she already had a kid. She already had a kid from somebody else. Okay? Now, the father from that kid abandoned him. She went back to the house to confront them, and they all left. They moved out the house and left without no connections whatsoever. Like, you know what I'm saying? Okay, I'm sorry. That was one of my boys answering me. Now, you know what I'm saying? So he left, right? And to make it clear, she played me dirty with that guy. When I was in jail, she messed around with him and got pregnant and had Billy. His name is Billy. You know what I'm saying? So I came home. I forgave her for the shit, because you gotta understand, when you fall in jail, there's nothing entitled to you. You gotta understand that. Even if you brought the stuff, it's not entitled to you. It's up to the people in your surroundings to help to have that stuff for you ready for when you come back out. You gotta understand this. Like I say, when motherfuckers fall in jail, they think everything is still theirs when it's not. You're in jail. How the fuck you gonna control that shit? Like, you know what I'm saying? Nothing is entitled to you when you fall in jail. You know what I'm saying? So, my advice to all of y'all fucking people, don't fall in jail. That's my advice. Like you're saying, okay. So then, so she had him and all that. He was still a baby when I came out. He was like a couple of months old. He's a baby. You know what I'm saying? So anyway, so I came out. We started messing around. I started helping her with him, right? Then, her mother went to the landlord and asked him, can we live in the apartment in the back? Because when you go up the stairs like this, there's an apartment here, and then there's an apartment back here. That apartment was empty. Like, you know what I'm saying? Nobody rented that apartment. So her mother talked to the landlord for us to rent that apartment, and he said yeah. So we moved in. We put furniture, we hooked it up, you know what I'm saying, and stuff like that. And then Billy had a room in his grandmother's house. You understand? So we lived in this apartment. Like, so when she puts him to sleep here, she'll come to here, and then she'll be with me in the crib. Like, you know what I'm saying? So to speed stuff up, she ended up getting preggo with my son Hector, right? We gave my son the living room because it was only a one-room apartment. So we took the living room, which is really big. We gave him that, and we took the bedroom. We gave him the living room. So it was big, you know what I'm saying? So we gave that to him, you know what I'm saying? So now I'm helping her with 2 kids. Like, a kid that ain't mine, that she played me dirty with somebody else, and my son. I ain't had no problem. I love Billy too. Don't get me wrong. Billy doesn't have no... You cannot hate that kid. That kid don't know what the fuck is going on. Like, you gotta understand that. It's a baby. Don't know what's going on. I loved him just like I love my son. I love them both equally, to make it clear. So anyway, so we doing that. Like, you know what I'm saying? Taking care of them. But do you think them people was thankful that I was doing all this shit? No. Not thankful, not one bit. Bringing me problems every fucking day. Them bringing me problems. My ex, big mouth. She's one of those big mouth white girls. They're white. Big mouth white girls. Talking shit, talking smack about other people and all that. And then when they used to roll up, she'll have other people help her. I was helping her too. Bunch of girls who wanted to put it on that fucking bitch. Now, to make it clear, I'm sorry for calling her a bitch, but that's how she is. Them girls wanted to fuck her up in that area. Like, you know what I'm saying? I had to protect her all that time since I've been with her, those 3 years before I went to jail, right? So, go check it out. So then, we had I had a drug case. She was involved in that case, right? They arrested me when I went to court and said, oh, he's a flight risk, which they really didn't have no ground to arrest me but they did that. They took me in, you know what I'm saying, and they put a really high bail on me, so like that I can't get out. Like, you know what I'm saying? So I was fighting the case from in jail, right? So finally, I did some stuff in the case that made the bail go all the way down to $1,000, right? She got me out. My son's mother got me out. Excuse me. I came home, started resuming everything all over again, taking care of Billy, taking care of Hector, taking care of her, keeping everything but still at the same time, I had to keep these people alive. Her brother, he was involved in a lot of fucking shit. Like, you know what I'm saying? A lot of beefs. That niggas was coming to the block every day looking for him to kill him. You know what I'm saying? Now, what saved him is that those guys, I knew those guys. I knew those guys. You know what I'm saying? I used to tell them, look, listen, that's my brother-in-law. You better not fucking do nothing to him. You better not do nothing to my brother-in-law. Even though my brother-in-laws don't like me or nothing like that, but still, he's my brother-in-law. That's my son's uncle. Like, you know what I'm saying? I told the motherfucker, you go ahead and shoot a bullet over here and see what happens. Go ahead, shoot a gun out here and see what happens. You know what I'm saying? I was always protecting him. Do you think I gotta thank you for that? No. I ain't gotta thank you for that shit. They still kept starting trouble. Both of them kept starting trouble. I kept telling you, look, listen. Kept telling you, sooner or later, one of these people gonna end up killing you. Stop fucking with these people out here. His other brother, another fucking asshole. Like, you know what I'm saying? Starting trouble with people. It's when they got drunk. When they started drinking and they get drunk, that's when they get out of hand. Can't handle their drinking. Fucking start shit with everybody, man. I'm like, listen, stop starting trouble with people, bro. When y'all people gonna learn, bro? Stop it. They didn't listen to me. 3 years I was protecting these guys. Billy too. Even though Billy didn't like me either, and I didn't give a fuck. Like, but still, he's still my son's uncle. They gotta understand that. I had to keep that motherfucker alive. Like, you know what I'm saying? You gotta understand that. They were gunning for him too. He was a drug dealer. He was a marijuana mover. Let's just say like that. Marijuana mover in a high amount. He was big. Like, if anybody understand. Like, you know what I'm saying? And then they over there pointing fingers at me about what I'm doing, but they don't say nothing about him. Like, you know what I'm saying? That's the type of people they were. They don't talk about themselves, but they ended up talking shit about me. I told them, look, listen, first of all, your son is alive because of me. Like, you know what I'm saying? If I stop protecting him, they'll kill your son. I told her just like that. That's what you want? She's like, no. So I told her, shut the fuck up. This is the mother. I told her, shut the fuck up. I was just pissed with her. She was another one starting shit too. They are troublemaking people, bro. And they think they angels. They think they fucking angels, bro. I swear to God, if you used to meet these people, y'all will fucking agree with me. But then when somebody comes and cracks them, they want to call the cops. Like, you know what I'm saying? So I told her, I stopped protecting your son. He's going to die in here. Remember I told you that? You know, she stood quiet after that. I said, do not antagonize me because I'll call those motherfuckers because I knew them. All the people that were having beef with, I knew all of them. Like, you know what I'm saying? Because I was putting in work. If anybody understand, go in my comments and let me know what that means. I was putting work in that spot. All over the whole thing in New York City. Putting work. If anybody understand what I'm talking about. So I know a lot of top guys. Like, you know what I'm saying? He kept starting trouble. I was like, damn, this nigga's gonna fucking get me killed, bro. Like, you know what I'm saying? So anyway, right? One day, I'm running. At this time, I'm running from one of the cases. I jumped bail, and I jumped parole too. I ran on parole. I got tired of both of it. I said, you know something? Yeah, y'all intending to make me lose the case anyway. So then, fuck it. I'm gone. But I was still in the same area because my son was there. I didn't want to leave my son alone, to tell you the truth. Like, you know what I'm saying? So I took my chances. Like, you know what I'm saying? And I was there. And I was out running around and I was still catching cases while I was running. You know what I'm saying? So what happened was, in that case that I ran on, it was a drug case, right? But the problem in that case, the police officers made mistakes. They made mistakes. They were supposed to dismiss that case. And they didn't. They kept the case on. You know what I'm saying? That case, they had that case running for 3 years. That case was supposed to be dismissed with everything that happened. Okay? So check it out, right? Me and my shorty, when I was living around the corner, me and my shorty was in the little room with Billy. Billy kept crying because he wanted to go outside. You know what I'm saying? I had a funny feeling. I told her, look, listen, I'm not going outside. That I have a funny feeling something bad is going to happen. I kept telling her, and she kept telling me, look, listen, let's go outside. So like that he could play and all that. I told her, no, you go outside with him and let him play. She's like, nah, I want you to come with me. So we go. She kept nagging me. I left. Not even 5 minutes, I was already arrested. Not even 5 minutes. I got arrested for a sale. Right? Right? Now I'm telling you what happened. Now, when we walked down the block, she had to go to Rite Aid. So she had to take Billy upstairs to the house for her mother to watch him so she could go to Rite Aid. Rite Aid was like right up the block to buy an iron because her iron went bad. So she went to go buy the iron. The undercovers came. One of my homeboys was ordering Chinese food. He was really ordering a Chinese food. He wasn't there with me. They put him with me in the case. You know what I'm saying? Because the undercover came to him, asked him, and then the dumbass, my homeboy, he lucky I didn't fuck him up for that shit. He sends them to me. So I'm thinking, I'm like thinking twice. Something was telling me don't sell shit to this dude. You know what I'm saying? But I was all dysfunctional that morning for some reason. I sold them LSD. Right? They came a few minutes later. They put me against the wall, and they took him too. Like, you know what I'm saying? And she was coming at that time. As soon as they put me on the wall, she was coming at that time. So they were searching me. They searched me. They took the LSD out my pocket. They looked at it and they put it back in my pocket. They searched me 3 times in front of her. 3 times in front of her. Like, you know what I'm saying? She was the witness to the case. Like saying, what they came to buy, that wasn't what it was. I found out later they came to buy crack. Like, you know what I'm saying? I don't sell crack. I never, at that time, was selling any crack. Because I know what kind of trouble that shit brings you. Like, you know what I'm saying? So anyway, right? So I get arrested with my co-defendant, and we go to Rikers Island in the bullpens. I told him, look, listen. I told him, we was in the bullpens together. You lucky I don't smash your face in right now. He was like, I said, what did I just tell you? You're lucky I don't smash your face in right now. I told him just like that. I told him, what you're going to do, being that you sent them to me, you're going to take the blame for everything. I told him just like that. You don't. I'm going to have you sparked in the Rikers Island when we get there. You know what I'm saying? I told him just like that. So they was trying to get us to separately cop out to the top charge when they was not supposed to be doing that. And if anybody understands, they was trying to do some really under shit. People try to make the court system the court system is more corrupt than anything in the planet. It's more corrupt than anything. They all involved in the corruption, including the lawyer. Including the lawyer is part of that corruption. Okay? Just to make it clear on the video. So, you know what I'm saying? So, they took us out separate when they were supposed to take us out together. They took us out separate. I said, oh, there they go. They're going to start their shit now. You know what I'm saying? So then when he was coming back in, I was going out. He said, look, listen, I took the time. They gave me probation and all that. And I was like, what's going on here? Like, you know what I'm saying? It was like they were trying to set me up. Like, you know what I'm saying? So I know law, I know all that shit. You know what I'm saying? I told him, look, listen, the DA, he said, look, we're going to submit the lab test. You know what I'm saying? And the lawyer, the legal aid lawyer, she wasn't trying to show me the lab test results. I told her, you better show me that. You're my representative. I want to see that paper. I looked at the paper. You know what they did? They just copied it. They just copied it without no signature. It's supposed to have 2 signatures. Just in case y'all don't know. When they do a lab test, it's supposed to have 2 signatures on it. It didn't have no signatures. I said, Your Honor, this is nothing. I threw the shit up in the air. Like, you know what I'm saying? I threw it right up in the air. That says nothing, Your Honor. The judge took the officer from the court, picked up the paper and gave it to him. And he went like this, he said. And they RR'd us. They RR'd me and they RR'd my co-defendant. We went home. That day we went home. Like, you know what I'm saying? So we go home. I go to parole. They rearrest me on parole in the parole office. And they told me, you got arrested. I said, well, I got RR'd. So I don't know what you're talking about. They went into the system and they seen that I was RR'd. They had to take the handcuffs off of me because I wasn't convicted or anything yet. And I was released on RR. They had to release you on parole. I'm not talking about probation here. I don't fuck with that probation shit. Every time I get probation, I run on them shits. I don't even go show up. I'm talking about parole. Okay? Big boy shit. Let's just say it like that. So anyway, so they let me go home. Like I say, I went to parole. They released me from there. I come back to the block. We're chilling and everything. Boom. We go to the first trial for the acid case. They still pushed, even with that lab test, they still pushed the case. They don't know that I know they don't got no more evidence. They don't got no more evidence. Because LSD, when you test it, the LSD goes bad. As soon as you give it water, as soon as you put it in any liquid, any water, the LSD goes bad automatically. You could Google this shit. I told the judge in the courtroom, I said, look, listen, I know y'all trying to get me here. I know y'all trying to get me. You know what I'm saying? But guess what? I'm putting a lawsuit on this. And I put a $13 million lawsuit that I typed everything myself and I represented myself in the lawsuit, in the case. Like, you know what I'm saying? Because what they were doing was illegal. Like, you know what I'm saying? So I put the judge, the DA, and my lawyer in that lawsuit. Right? So then now I got a hold on them now. Now I got a hold on them with the lawsuit. Because when we was doing the trial, the first trial, we got a mistrial. They had me in jail on that one when I did that. They rearrested me, and then I had to fight. I had to go to trial from incarceration. Right? They rearrested me. I went in. Got a mistrial. My bail went all the way down, like all the way down. My shorty got me out. My son's mother got me out. Right? We was going back and forth, back and forth, back and forth. And then we picked all the jurors for the second trial. I picked all the jurors, and then I went out for a lunch break, and then I never came back. And they had the trial without me. But my shorty still showed up to court as a witness. They did the trial, and it went to a second mistrial. Like, you know what I'm saying? So when I took off, they put bail jumping case on me. That's illegal. They cannot give you a bail jumping case until a month later. They have to give you up to a month for you to turn yourself in on your own in order to charge you with bail jumping. Remember I told you that. Like, you know what I'm saying? They cannot charge you the same day. They fucked up there. That made my lawsuit more stronger. If anybody understand what I'm talking about. Like, you know what I'm saying? And then the only thing I was fucking up is when I was on a bail jumping case, I kept catching cases. I kept catching new cases. They didn't arrest me for them, but my name was ringing at that time. If anybody understand what I'm talking about. So then when I got picked up, they charged me with those cases. Okay? Follow me, don't get lost. Like, you know what I'm saying? So then I was still there trying to help her with the kids and everything, going through all this shit, right? So then one day I come to see my son at night. Like, you know what I'm saying? Guess who's in front of the building? Her fucking brother, Billy, is in front of the building drunk. I say, oh man, bro, now this fucking dude is gonna start some shit with me. I'm not in the mood for this fucking dude right now. I'm fucking high as fuck on LSD. If anybody ever took LSD, they'll tell you. You take one of those things, them shits will have you fucking charged the whole damn day till the next day. You be high the whole day. I was on that shit that day. And I took 2 of them. I was fucked up. Fucked up. I was like, damn. This dude is gonna start with me, bro. I want to see my son. You know what I'm saying? I was missing my son. You know what I'm saying? So, I said, you know something? Fuck that nigga. I walked around the corner. I went and he's turned around to me and I went to go into the house. He grabs me like this. He grabs me over here. He turns to me. I'm like, look, listen, don't put your hands on me. Don't ever do that again. I told him. And he started riffing with me. I said, look, listen, Billy, stop this shit, son. You're not no killer, nigga. You're not no killer, bro. Nobody's scared of you out here. Do you realize that? Kept arguing with me. I said, you know something? I said, bow, I punched him. Son, I just started beating the shit out of him, right? I started hitting him with uppercuts and I started fucking his face up. He took off running into the house. I kept hitting him, going up the stairs, kept hitting him to his body, his back, everything. We got into the apartment and I blanked out. When I started hitting him, I blanked out. Kept hitting him, boom, fucking him up. He turned around, took off right back out the door and took off. And then his other brother, see me beating him up, he took off running out the house too. Left his moms there. Left his moms alone. You know what I'm saying? She tried to get me off of him. I beat her up too. I ain't gonna lie. I beat her up too. Like, you know what I'm saying? I was blanked out. If anybody understand what I talk about, a blank out, that's what happens to me. When I blank out, when I wake up out of that, it's either somebody's dead, somebody got beat up, or I'm in jail. That's how bad it is. Like, you know what I'm saying? So what snapped me out of it, what snapped me out of the anger was my son. My son was screaming really loud, and I snapped out of it. Like, you know what I'm saying? And then I seen him screaming. I was like, and then I picked him up off the walker. He was in the walker. And yes, I beat them up in front of him. That's how I blanked out. I blank out when I get pissed off. That's why I'm here. That's another reason. I'm here in this forest. Because of my temper. I'm trying to figure out to control it. You know what I'm saying? So anyway, so I picked him up and I held him and I said, okay. I was like going like this. I was like, okay, daddy's here. And he quieted down. Like, you know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? It's because the reason why is because when I'm not in the house, he cries all day. That's why I had to come to the house and take a risk so like that I could calm him down. He cries all day if I'm not around him. My son loved me a lot. Like, you know what I'm saying? So he when he was with his mother, he'll cry because he's not with me. That's how bad it was. Like, you know what I'm saying? So when I used to leave him with him and leave, he used to be crying the whole day. Like, you know what I'm saying? He stops crying when he's with me. That's how it was with me and her. You know what I'm saying? So anyway, so I calmed him down. I said, sorry, sorry, son. I didn't mean to do this to you in front of you. Like, you know what I'm saying? You know, I blanked out, bro. And this is 3 years of me taking shit with these people, bro. Kept warning them. On the 3 years, kept warning them. My body just snapped. My mind just snapped. It was just too much to hold at that time. I fucked everybody up in that house, son. The only ones that didn't get beat up was my shorty and my son. The dog, they had a pit bull. I kicked that dog so hard, I fractured the dog's ribs from the kick. That's how pissed off I was. Because the dog started barking at me, and I just went right after the dog. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, you know, I was pissed at that time. Like, you know what I'm saying? So, we went outside, you know what I'm saying? And her brother, like, I left. Her brother came back to the house. Anthony, not Billy. Billy left. He was gone. You know what I'm saying? Brother came back. You know what I'm saying? Boom. They called another nigga that I ran out of there, Steven. Another pussy ass white nigga. I'm sorry, but I'm gonna let it out in this fucking video. But I'm pissed. I can't see my son. They fucking lying to him. Let me tell you something. They're fucking lucky that something changed in me when my mother passed away. They're lucky something changed in me when my mother passed away. If my mother would have been still alive, I would have ended up taking all of them out. I would have ended up taking all of them out. Like, you know what I'm saying? If anybody understand. Like, you know what I'm saying? So anyway, so I came back up the block. They called some bikers. Steve didn't come because he pussy. They sent his brothers so that they could pick up Billy. Like, you know what I'm saying? Because they ran back into the apartment when I left. I'm saying? So I came up, I seen them coming. I went all the way back up the block, and my cousin at that time was living in the building where I was renting the room. I told my cousin, yo, I got beef out here. You know what I'm saying? And he already knew what was up. Came out, boom, boom. We got to the front of the building. We shot at everybody. Everybody got shot at. Like, you know what I'm saying? So, you know what I'm saying? He went right back to the crib like nothing happened. Like, you know what I'm saying? I left. I left the block. Cops came. You know what I'm saying? They put a warrant for me to get picked up, but they didn't know where I was at. I was gone. Like, you know what I'm saying? So now I caught that case, and that case was my 8th felony. That case was higher than anything I had out of the 5 cases. Like, you know what I'm saying? So then they called it, you know, and then I'm on the run for that now. You know what I'm saying? And then I had got into some beef with some dudes. I shot one of them. I popped them. I said, you want to? I popped them right on broad daylight in front of mad people. You know what I'm saying? He didn't want to press charges. He kept it real. He didn't want to press charges, but they still put a warrant to pick me up. You know what I'm saying? Then after that, I caught another case. Like, you know what I'm saying? It got to the point that they sent the SWAT team. They sent the SWAT team to come and pick me up over there. But the way they did it with the SWAT team, they did it like undercover. Undercover. They came with the truck for my co-defendant. They picked both of us up. They picked up my co-defendant with the truck, with the SWAT truck. Like, you know what I'm saying? They took his dog. They shot his dog up. He had a pit. They told him, raise your hand. He let the fucking leash go, raised his hand, and the dog went after them, and they shot the dog up. Like, you know what I'm saying? And they charged him for the dog trying to attack the SWAT team. Like, you know what I'm saying? They picked him up first, right? So I was hanging out late at night, and I was with my brother-in-laws. It was 5 of us hanging out. We was walking, going to the park. We was going to chill out. And listen to me. I got all these people looking for me, and I'm still there walking through there like nothing. Like, you know what I'm saying? We was chilling. A van came, went right up on the sidewalk. I thought it was a hit. That's what I thought. I said, oh, I'm dying. That's the first thing I thought. I said, today I die. That's what I said in my mind. They came out, they pulled out machine guns. They were all covered up, and they said, get down on your knees, put your hands up. You know what I'm saying? And then when I heard that, I said, oh, these are police, you know, to myself, you know, police. And my other brother-in-law, I had two brother-in-laws on one block. Like, you know what I'm saying? I had 2 kids. I had one kid on this corner, and I had another girl here that had another kid of mine on the next block. Like, you know, look at me. On the next corner, on the same side of the block. Okay, so he was with me. So he had his radio blasting. Yo, they took his radio, they smashed it against the floor. We like turned this shit off, like whap, start the radio out and everything, right? They started asking us questions. I gave them an alias name. I didn't give them my name. I gave them an alias name. I didn't carry no ID or anything. I gave them an alias name. So the dude goes, okay. They went into the van. I heard like a machine. It sounded like a copy machine. Like, you know what I'm saying? He came out and he goes, this is you right here. And they had me in the picture with wanted on top. Like, you know what I'm saying? They was gonna put me on America Most Wanted. I was that close. If I would have caught one more case in there, I would have went on America Most Wanted for them to pick me up. That's how bad it was getting. Like, you know what I'm saying? So they had the wanted thing. They said, come on, you're under arrest. They're saying that, they read me my rights and all that shit. They took me to the precinct. They put me in the cell. You know what I'm saying? And then a police officer started riffing back and forth with me. Oh, you like hitting women and all that, because I beat up my my mother-in-law. You know what I'm saying? He started riffing to me. I said, look, listen, first of all, I told, and you know what's so crazy? They put me in the cell with my cuffs on. They left me handcuffed. They didn't take the cuffs off of me. Started riffing to me. I told them, go ahead, open the cell and come in here. I bet you I still fight you. I told them just like that. I told the police officer, I said, listen, if you don't have that, if you would not had that gun and I would not had these cuffs, I would knock your pussy ass out. I told him just like that. You need that gun to be tough, bro. I told him just like that, you need that gun to be tough. Go ahead, come in here. Yeah, he didn't come in the cell. I said, I thought so, you pussy. I told him just like that. Like, you know what I'm saying? I sat down. Guess who comes in? The FBI comes in. They sit me on a table. I'm like, what the fuck is the FBI here? Like, you know what I'm saying? Well, guess what? They're keeping an eye on my brother-in-law Billy. They were keeping an eye on him. On Billy, they were keeping an eye on. Like, you know what I'm saying? They say, who's this so-and-so? They put pictures. I told him, I don't know what you're talking about. I told him just like that. He said, and how about your friend Tito? He mentioned Tito. I like Tito. In my mind, I'm like, why are they talking about Tito? Tito was my right-hand man, but we weren't doing federal shit. That's the problem. You understand? It was Billy that connected me to that shit. Like, you know what I'm saying? So anyway, I denied everything. Even though they showed me pictures with Tito, I still denied it. I said, I don't know him. I don't know what you're talking about. They took me, they cuffed me again and put me back in the cell, cuffed. You know what I'm saying? So then after that, like, you know what I'm saying? Oh, and another thing too, they told me they know who did the shooting. When we had to shoot out with the bikers. They said my cousin's name. They said we was watching you. We filmed. They said that they filmed the whole shootout. I said, film the whole shootout. So, over there, I'm like, there's a McDonald's across the street. There's a bank across the street. I said it had to be from that bank. Because the bank was big. It was a big bank. Now it's a laundromat right now. You know what I'm saying? But it's a big building. And that's the only spot that they could really get a view of what was going on. You know what I'm saying? I said, in my mind, I'm saying, damn, they was on that bank. They was on that bank. Like, you know what I'm saying? So I was like, what puzzled me out of the whole thing is the FBI. They were watching my brother-in-law. You know what I'm saying? And they were watching that block the whole time. That block was hot before I got there. Before I got there, I already put myself in trouble. If anybody understand what I'm talking about. Like, you know what I'm saying? That was the biggest mistake, me going to that block and hanging out there. You know what I'm saying? But, you know what I'm saying? It is what it is. Like, you know what I'm saying? So, they take me to the courts, and they recharged me, and then they said my bail was set to $500,000. I thought they were gonna put it to $1 million and some change. You know what I'm saying? But they put it to $500,000. You know what I'm saying? And you know what's so funny about that shit, right? That they put a high bail on me, and they already knew I wasn't going nowhere because parole came and rearrested me. Like, you know what I'm saying? And they violated me and shit like that, and they hit me with a parole violation. As anybody know, you could have $1 bail. You can have $1 bail. If you got a parole hold, you ain't going nowhere. Remember I told you that. You could be happy as fuck, and as soon as you put that $1 bill, you ain't going nowhere. Like, you know what I'm saying? So that's what they did. They took the $1 million, they put it all the way down to $1 because they knew I wasn't going nowhere. Like, you know what I'm saying? So the first thing they did the parole violation. Like, you saying, I told them, look, listen, man, fuck y'all niggas, y'all do what the fuck y'all want. Like, you know what I'm saying? I'm facing more time than this shit. So they said, okay. So then for the parole violation, I only had 16 months left total out of the whole. So they hit me with the full 16 months. So right there, that cemented me not going anywhere. Like, you know what I'm saying? So being that I was so high profile, like, you know what I'm saying, they put me on Rikers Island, HDM. If anybody know about HDM, let me know. They put me in 1A. You know what I'm saying? That thing is basically under the basement. That complex. Like, you know what I'm saying? And that complex is designed just like a regular state jail, penitentiary maximum jail. If anybody understand what I'm talking about, where they has the tall walls and all that, maximum jail, it's designed that way. On one floor, it has 121 cells. On one floor, 121 cells. 4 stories high. That's how big that building is. Like, you know what I'm saying? So they put me in there. I bumped into some of my people I knew in there. You know what I'm saying? My homeboys were like, don't worry about it, we got you. You know what I'm saying? You know, and they told me, yo, what the fuck you did now? Like, you know what I'm saying? They told me, what the hell you got? They told me, if you got here, you did something big. Like, that's what they told me and shit. And I didn't tell them everything. I just told them what they needed to know. Like, you know what I'm saying? And I told them the parole violation, I'm violated, so I'm not going nowhere. Like, you know what I'm saying? So then, all together, with all the cases, I was facing 25 to life. Look at me, 35 to life for all the cases. Like, you know what I'm saying? Just with the case with my mother-in-law was 12 and a half to 25 they offered me for that case. 12 and a half to 25, just with that case alone. You know what I'm saying? Then all the other cases, everything totaled up. And another thing, they didn't want to give it to me all together. They was giving it to me separate. That's why it went all the way to 35 years. If anybody, they want to do a consecutive sentence. Like, you know what I'm saying? I told them, I ain't taking shit. We fighting all this. I told them just like that. We fighting every case. And I told the judge, the DA, and my lawyer, I said, I'm going to beat all 3 of y'all. I told them just like that. I'm going to beat all 3 of y'all. Like, you know what I'm saying? So, as they were doing all this shit, I still had the lawsuit. Like this. It had them like this. So it was getting to the point that the judge was adjourning my case for 7 months at a time. That's right, y'all heard me. And you know that's illegal. They were giving me 7 months adjournments, 7 months straight. I'll do 7 months, then I get a court date, 7 months, court date, 7 months. That's what they were doing to me on the case. That's right. Y'all hearing me. They did that shit to me. Like, you know what I'm saying? So they were trying to break me down. You cannot break somebody down. They already know about the jail system. You cannot break me down. You put me in jail, I'll lay down and fall asleep. I'll treat it like it's home. Like, I've been in that shit so much that I got used to everything. If anybody understand. So anyway, so every time I went to court, I go into a closed courtroom. A closed courtroom. Every time. Then nobody was allowed in there. You know what I'm saying? And then the judge always was telling me, oh, drop the lawsuit, drop the lawsuit. I said, I'm not dropping no lawsuit. I said, you drop the cases. Drop the cases and then I'll drop the lawsuit. I told him just like that. Now, when they got really near to, they had to release me, that I was going to win the whole lawsuit or completely. You know what I'm saying? They dropped 4 cases. And then they wanted me to take the belt jumping case. Now, the belt jumping case, I really had them on that one because they charged me for the case the same day I ran on them in the middle of trial. The same day they charged me for the belt jumping. That was illegal. Like, you know what I'm saying? They cannot do that. You're entitled to 30 days, 31 days to come back on your own before they could charge you for the case. Like, you know what I'm saying? I already knew I had them. Like, you know what I'm saying? So, now, this is how the case started breaking down, right? So, as soon as I got into the prison, as soon as I got to a phone, you know what I'm saying? The first thing I did is came for the phone. Like, you know what I'm saying? I told, yo, who's running this shit here? You know what I'm saying? And I talked to Dude. I said, listen, I need to get on that phone ASAP. Like, you know what I'm saying? If y'all want to fight, we do what we got to do. You know what I'm saying? So he, you know, because remember, in every building, look at me, in every cell block, every dorm, there's one guy running that shit. And they running that phone too. Remember, I told you that. You know what I'm saying? You can't just go up to the phone and take it. That's my point. You're going to have niggas going to try to poke you out for being disrespectful. You know what I'm saying? So, you know, so I got on the phone. I called my mother. I called my shorty, and I told her everything that was going on. And she was like, that's it. You done. You in there now. I can't get you out. I said, I know that. She said, hello? You know what I'm saying? And then she said, my mother want to talk to you. So I got on the phone with her mother, and I apologized for me hitting her and shit. I really was sincere when I was telling her I'm sorry. Like, you know what I'm saying? It was just everything came out all at one time. I told her, I'm sorry, but y'all did a lot of shit to me. Y'all not innocent here. I told her like that. She's still quiet. Y'all not innocent here. Y'all lucky y'all alive. Y'all lucky I didn't get turned into a serial killer and killed all of y'all in there. You know what I'm saying? That's how bad it could have got. Like, you know what I'm saying? So anyway, so we was talking, and she told me everything the police officers was telling her at the precinct. Because she went to the precinct. They wanted to do the report. You know, of course they did a report over there, but they really wanted to dig information out of her. You know what I'm saying? But she already knew what they was going to do. Like, you know what I'm saying? So she went in there, and they was pressing her. They was pressing her to keep the case going, so like that they could give me the full time on the case. And she said, no, I'm not pressing no charges. She said, I'm not going home. And she told me, you could lock me up, you could do what you want. She told me that the police officer took the phone and he threw it across the room. He threw it across the room, the phone. He was pissed. Like, you know what I'm saying? She said, I'm not pursuing this case. Like, you know what I'm saying? And they had no choice but to drop that 8th felony. Like, you know what I'm saying? So that 12 and a half years got knocked off from jump. That's a big chunk of time. Knocked off. You know what I'm saying? I didn't know she dropped the case. I just told her, I apologized to her. I told her, listen, please take care of my son. You know what I'm saying? I said, please tell Erica to bring him over here. You know what I'm saying? So she brought him to the visits for me to see him. You know what I'm saying? And he was a little baby, so, you know, he didn't really know what was going on. And that was the good thing about that situation. Like, you know what I'm saying? He wasn't to the point that he understood what was going on. And it would have been bad for him, because he would have been stressed out with me without him. It was bad enough I was locked up. She was dealing with him crying every day since I was in jail. Crying every day because I wasn't around him. Like, you know what I'm saying? So, you know, I even called her and he was crying in the background. And then I talked to him on the phone and he'll calm down because he hears my voice. He calms them down. You know what I'm saying? It was bad, bro. You know, as far as like for my son. You know what I'm saying? So then, you know, so then the case got dropped, right? Then when it was getting almost to the end that they had to completely release me, because now they don't got the 8th felony no more. I already did my parole time, so they put a bail on me again. Now this time they put a high bail on me. They want to make sure I didn't get out. Like, you know what I'm saying? I had Brown at that time, District Attorney Brown. If anybody know him, let me know in the comments. And he's from Queens, Kew Garden, Queens. He was targeting me. Every time I had a court date, he was in the courtroom talking shit to me when the door closed. I told him, listen, first of all, you know, I was always cuffed up with chains and all that. I was cuffed up with chains. I told him, listen, you pussy nigga, I catch you outside, I'm gonna bash your face in. I told him just like that. I catch you outside, I'm gonna bash your face in. Remember, I told you that. You know, he stood quiet when I told him. I said, you're not untouchable. Whenever anybody want to kill you, they could kill you. Remember, you come in and out this building, you could get touched. Like, you know what I'm saying? Shut the fuck up and get the fuck away from me. I told him just like that. Like, you know what I'm saying? So anyway, so he stopped coming after that day, he stopped coming to the courtroom. Like, you know what I'm saying? So then I got on the phone with my mother. May she rest in peace. Mommy, I love you. You know what I'm saying? I got on the phone with my mother, and my mother told me, look, listen, son, you know, what's going on? Like, you know, when you coming home? I told her, well, this is when they gave me the offer. Like, you know what I'm saying? Okay, now, at that time, I already had 36 months in. I stood in Rikers Island for 36 months fighting my cases. They could have held me. If I would have still had the 8th felony, They could have held me up to 5 years before trial. Before a trial. If anybody understand that, they could hold you up to 5 years before a trial hearing. Okay? Understand what I'm telling you? They could hold you up to 5 years just to hold you. Like, because it's a felony. Like, it's violent. It's a violent felony. Like, you know what I'm saying? So being that the felony got dropped down, they couldn't hold me past 5 years. Sooner or later, they would have to let me go. I was going to win the whole thing. I would have won the lawsuit and everything. You know what I'm saying? But my mother talked to me on the phone. She told me, son, I want to see you. I want you home. I want you here with me. You know what I'm saying? I'm over here crying for you. I'm hurting, bro. You know, she was visiting me and everything. She seen everything I was going through. You know what I'm saying? She said, son, come home, bro. I don't care what you could win, I want you home. And I said, okay, mama. I told her, okay. So, I got on the phone and, after I got on the phone with my mother, I went back to my cell. You know what I'm saying? I cried. I ain't gonna lie, And, we went to court. As you know, they were adjourning my case every 7 months. So I explained that to her. I told her, well, we're going to have to wait 7 months for my next court date. You know what I'm saying? And then another thing, they didn't let her in court either. They kept my mother out of court. Like, you know what I'm saying? So, so I waited the 7 months and I took the time. And this is the deal that they gave me. They said, we'll throw all the other cases out. You take the time for the bail jumping. I already had 36 months in. I had almost the whole 4 years done already for the bail jumping. Like, you know what I'm saying? Because you get 2 years, 24 months. So, you know what I'm saying? So I took the case, you know what I'm saying? I didn't, you know what I'm saying? Because I listened to my mother, you know what I'm saying? So, and it was good that I did that because I don't know the conditions my mothers were under when I was in jail. I don't know what my sisters was doing to them. I don't know what was going on. And it was good that I did that. You know what I'm saying? So I copped out, took time. You know what I'm saying? My mother, look at me, my son's mother, they all took off. They all moved to Boston to get away from me, to hide from me. They're hiding still now. 27 years later, they're still hiding. But I'm still in contact with them. I know where they all at, to make it clear. I know where all of them are at. Like, you know what I'm saying? I came home and then I seen my mother. She was in terrible condition, bro. Like, the way my sister left my mother is another story. I'm gonna leave that for another time. Like, you know what I'm saying? Anyway, so I came home. You know what I'm saying? My crib wasn't there no more. All that shit was gone. I lost all my stuff. Like, you know what I'm saying? And then I had nowhere to live. Like, you know what I'm saying? And then I got in contact with my mother, and my mother asked me, do you have somewhere to live? That was the first thing she asked me. She said, do you have anywhere to live? I said, no, man. I don't got nowhere to live. She told me, come here. Come here. I got a room for you. Because in her apartment, I don't know if y'all seen it in my other boxing channel. It has 3 bedrooms in there. She was living by herself. She had 3 bedrooms in that apartment. So she said, come over here. I got a room for you. You know what I'm saying? So I said, okay. So as soon as I got to her apartment, you know what I'm saying, I started living there. And then that's what started the journey onto how I got successful. Like, you know what I'm saying? That's another video. Okay, so we stay on my daughter's shit. So yesterday, you know what I'm saying? I was talking back before. I told her, listen, where I go see my son? Like, what the fuck is going on here, man? It's 27 fucking years, bro. You know what she tells me? Oh, he's a man now. You know what I'm saying? He don't have to see you. I say, I don't care. He don't want to see me. I want to see my son. You're not listening to what I'm telling you. I know where you're at. And I told her the address. She's still quiet. I said, do not make me go over there, bro, because it's not going to be pretty. Like, you know what I'm saying? So we started going back and forth. Then her pussy ass brother Anthony, to make it clear, Billy killed himself. Her brother Billy killed himself. He drank himself to death. He died a couple of months before my mother died. He died. He killed himself. She came in the house. She came in the house and found him dead. Like, you know what I'm saying? So anyway, it's Anthony left. Like, you know what I'm saying? We started going back and forth riffing yesterday. He shows me a closet full of guns. I told him, listen, you ain't going to get a chance to use those when we get there. I'm sorry. We're going to end up taking those guns from you. That's what's going to happen. He stood quiet. Started begging for his life. I'm like, oh, no, please. He's putting the hand, the hand like this. Putting the hand like this. I'll let you. You're not going to let me see anybody. I told him just like that. It's been 27 years, and that's all you've been telling me. Like, you know what I'm saying, people? Like saying, she told my son a lie. And that's why my son don't want to be around me. The reason why she lied to him is to get revenge because I beat up her mother. Like, you know what I'm saying? But the point here is that child should have never been told anything about that because he was a baby when that happened. That's the problem here. And y'all fucking women, y'all be doing that shit. You corrupt that child when you tell them stuff like that. You teaching that child how to hate. Not only you teaching that child to hate other people as well. You better realize, you dumb bitch. And I'm talking to all of y'all girls that do that shit. Like, you know what I'm saying? I told her you shouldn't. I never told him anything. That was for you to deal with and your brother and your moms. The problem was between us, not with my son. And she corrupted him to get revenge on me. Now, check it out. Billy died. Anthony's dying next. He has cancer. He's dying next. Like I said, they're all getting everything little by little. Every single one of them. I believe Erica is going to be her name is Erica. I believe she's going to be the last one to die. I don't know if the mother's still alive or not. Because her mother was really old at that time when that happened. So I don't know if she's still alive or not. I won't be surprised she passed. Like I said, to tell you the truth. You know what I'm saying? Sooner or later, they're all going to get taken care of from the shit she did to me for 27 years. I never mistreated my son. I never mistreated any of my kids. I got 3 kids from 3 different women. I never mistreated any of my kids. I treated them all equally, with equal love. You know what I'm saying? I gave them all the time I could give them. Like, you know what I'm saying? Yeah, I was in a life of crime. Yes, I was in a life of crime. I did a lot of bad things to people. That's another reason why I'm here. You know what I'm saying? I have regrets in my life of all the things I did to these people. That's the only way I could change. My character, my structure, what I am as a human being. Like, you know what I'm saying? I really feel bad that I did all these things. Like, you know what I'm saying? But that doesn't give her the entitlement to poison my son's mind, teaching him how to hate. A man that took care of him. I was there when he was even born. All that stuff I did, they didn't care about anything. They didn't care about me taking care of him. They didn't care about me being there. They didn't care about me taking care of Billy. They didn't care about anything. And I'm the monster of I'm the monster of the whole thing. Like, you know what I'm saying? But they started that war. They started that shit. If her brother would have left me alone, all this shit wouldn't be right now. I don't think I would be here right now, to tell you the truth. To tell you the truth. But it happened that way. I have to blame me. I'm the one that gave her another chance. What I was supposed to have done is stood away from her. Remember, when I got to that block, the FBI was already on that block. I put myself in that mess. I don't blame nobody. I don't even blame her poisoning her son. I don't even blame her for poisoning her son. It was my fault. I woke up this morning and I thought about everything. You know what I'm saying? You know, I love my son. I've been missing my son for 27 years. Hurting, bro. You know what I'm saying? Seeing his picture, I see he looks just like me, my son. He looks exactly like me. Like, you know what I'm saying? Seeing him pictures, seeing him, and I'm like, damn, bro. You know what I'm saying? And then I think about all the fucking shit I did. Like, you know what I'm saying? Now, to make it clear, I'm not saying it was right to assault the grandmother. I wasn't right to do that. I wasn't right to assault Billy either. It wasn't right for me to hit him and beat him up like that. You got to understand that. You got to blame yourself from the results you get out of everything. It's no different when you pull out a gun on somebody. You shoot that motherfucker, right? And you kill him. That falls on you. When you take your hands and you start hitting somebody and they accidentally die from you hitting them, that's on you. Even if you had to protect yourself, it's still on you. You killed them. You can't get around that death. You gotta understand that. Like, you know what I'm saying? When my mother passed away, my temper went up to here. My temper went up to there. Like, you know what I'm saying? I wanted to kill everybody. I almost became a serial killer. Almost became a serial killer. I was targeting everybody that did something bad to my mother when she passed away. I was sitting there in that basement, my sister's house, sitting in that basement like this, man. I'm like, damn, I need to get out of here, bro, because I'm going to kill these two. Because they was doing shit too, my sister and my nephew. They was both doing shit to me. I was like, these people don't understand where my mind is at right now. Like, you know what I'm saying? I said, it's better for me to leave. You know what I'm saying? So when I was going to Walmart, that's how I found this forest. Has a river and everything. I said, you know something? I'm going to go in there. I'm going to live in there. Like, you know what I'm saying? I already had camping equipment. The only thing I was missing was the solar panels. I got the first set of solar panels. I got them there. You could fold them. It's like 30 volts. Gives you like 30 volts. Like, you know what I'm saying? So, you know, and I used to use that to charge my small power station right here. You know what I'm saying? And then that's how I used to get to recharge the cell phone and stuff like that. Like, you know what I'm saying? And now, you know, the reason I did this video is because I'm really pissed off right now. I'm really pissed off. I just want to take somebody, hit them with a sledgehammer in their head and smash them and just kill them. Spit on them and then piss on them. And then shit on them while they dead. That's how pissed I am. Because she don't want to let me see my son. And she corrupted him. She corrupted my son. Like, you know what I'm saying? You know? But that's wrong to be thinking that way. I cannot think this way. Like, you know what I'm saying? I gotta control myself, man. I gotta control myself. I cannot let this evil inside of me take over. Like, you know what I'm saying? You know, and I've been going back and forth fighting with this whatever is inside of me. I've been fighting with that for the last 17 months in here, trying to get it out of me. And it looks like it's part of my genetics. Because does anybody know? You got a good side of you and you got a bad side of you. Everybody has this. There's no such thing of a good person. Remember I told you that. There's no such thing as a good person. I'm sorry. Everybody does bad. Everybody does bad. Like, you know what I'm saying? I'm not no angel. I'm not going to sit in this fucking video and lie to y'all people. I was a menace to the fucking street. At that time, I'm surprised I didn't get killed. I'm surprised. All the times they shot at me, I didn't get killed. They didn't hit me not one time or anything. Like, you know what I'm saying? Got stabbed multiple different times in different fights. The last one, I got stabbed through my back and they punctured my lung. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, and this is in a different borough. That was Queens. When I got stabbed, it was in a different borough. You know what I'm saying? Stabbed 7 different times, including in jail, fighting in jail. Like, you know what I'm saying? And you know who I blame? I blame myself. I put myself in those situations for that to happen. I'm not going to blame nobody else. I'm not going to blame my ex. I'm not going to blame my son. I'm not going to blame his uncle. I'm not going to blame their grandmother. I'm not blaming nobody. I perfectly understand when something happens in my life, it was because I caused it. I have to man up. Now I have to make a choice. Am I going to let my son go? I don't think I'm going to let him go, to tell you the truth. That's my son, man. I'm sorry. I'm not letting him go. I'm going to keep trying to be in his life the best I could. Like, you know what I'm saying? Another reason why I degrade myself from money. I got rid of all the money. I donated all my money. I got rid of all that shit. Because with that, I could have gone over there and I could have finished all of them. With that money I had, I could have got a couple of soldiers with me. We could have went over there and we could have took all of them out. That was another reason why I got rid of that money. With money, you're a bigger threat to anybody. Remember, I told you that. I got rid of all of my money. The only thing I got is my gold chain, my 2 gold chains. And I'm about to throw those shits away inside here. I'm going to bury them, and I'm not going to fucking go around the gold chains no more. And those chains, it costs up to $16,000. Those 2 chains. Cost me $16,000. And I'm going to get those chains away from me. Now, my diamond set costs $430,000. And I got that set in New York City. I have that set. I'm gonna get ready to call them and tell the diamond place that's holding it for me, because they're my boys. I'm gonna tell them just to keep it. Keep the whole set. I have to get rid of that money. I have to get rid of that money. Because I'm fighting with these demons in here. I don't know how long I could block that demon out. I already shot 3 people out here. That demon's inside of me, bro. And it's getting worse and worse. And it's giving me trouble of being nice to people. It's complicating my life. Like, you know what I'm saying? If anybody understand, like, you know, like, sooner or later, I'm gonna blank out. Somebody lights is gonna get turned out. And I don't want that to happen, bro. I don't want that to happen. I promised my mother that I won't do things like that. And I already did it. I broke that promise by shooting those 3 people. Because like I explained before, as soon as I black out, that's it. I'm either waking up in jail, somebody getting beat up physically by me, somebody getting stabbed by me, somebody getting shot by me. It comes out bad, really bad when I snap. That's how bad my temper is. I go into a whole. Usually, you ever heard of that thing? Go from 0 to death row. I go from 0 to serial killer. I'm not saying that nobody can beat me up or nothing like that. I'm not saying I'm not unstoppable. I'm not saying nothing like that. This is for your stupid people that are going to come in here commenting some stupid shit when your pussy ass never did anything like I did. You know what I'm saying? I just needed to let this out. I don't have nowhere to fucking filter it. I don't have nowhere to filter all that anger, bro. I don't want to hurt people no more. I don't want to argue with nobody no more either. I'm searching for peace, but I can't get it. Everywhere I go, there's something always fucking with me. I draw problems. If anybody understand, the problem comes to me no matter what. Like, you know what I'm saying? Am I gonna kill myself? Hell fucking no, I ain't gonna kill myself. I believe I'm right now at this stage in my life, there's something that I'm supposed to do that's supposed to be spectacular and wonderful in my life. Like you say, but I don't want to know. I don't know what it is. I just don't know what it is, bro. I have to keep searching for what it is. You know what I'm saying? So I just don't know what to do, bro. You know what I'm saying? Like, I miss my mom, man. She's the only one that understands me. Now, to make it clear, you know, I'm not saying that I had a worse life than everybody else. Everybody had a different life. Everybody has a different life, and everybody has a different struggle. You got to understand that. Like, I don't think I'm better than anybody. I believe I'm under the basement. I believe I'm under the basement. That's what I believe. Like, you know what I'm saying? And I need to stay away from these people, man. I need to finish this house. Stack up all the rest of the food. Stack up all the. Hopefully, you could get that water capture. But now I have to throw that water away because we had the smoke in the air, and that contaminates the water as well. So, you know what I'm saying? We're gonna have to dump all that water out. We're gonna have to start from scratch. That's another thing too, bro. You know what I'm saying? Like, you know, like, hopefully I get to finish this house. Hopefully I could put all that food away. Could put all the sodas, all the juices, everything. The only problem is with the juices, they go bad. I have to get juices that you could stack them on the shelf, and then you could drink them. Like, if anybody understands. So much complications, bro. I just want to finish this and stay here and get away from everybody. That's the only way I'm going to get my peace. That's the only way I'm going to be able to focus and get this evil out of me. That evil is there. And it's in everybody's body. And I believe it's genetically put into you. That's why half of you is good and half of you is bad. Everybody has that. You know what I'm saying? So if you like the video, put a thumbs up. You know what I'm saying? And on the bottom description link, there's a GoFund there. You know what I'm saying? For expenses and stuff like that. Like, you know what I'm saying? Pretty soon we're gonna do a road trip. I'm gonna go visit my mother's grave. Like, you know what I'm saying? And oh shit, that shit is moving. The water is moving. I'm like, what the fuck? That shit is moving, son. There's something in here. There's something in here. See, my hair stood up. My hairs are standing up right now. There's something in here. It's not supposed to be in here right now. You know what I'm saying? Anyway, you know what I'm saying? So, you know, so there's a GoFund there, you know what I'm saying? And listen to me. Don't come with me to that religion. Don't come with that religion. I'm throwing you out. I don't believe in God. I don't believe in the devil. I don't believe in anything. I only believe in evil. I only believe in evil people. Evil people. That's all I believe in, because I see that. I see that evil in here. I see the evil on YouTube's. Evil everywhere. I don't see no God, and I don't see no devil either. You got to understand that. If I don't see it with my eyes, I'm not believing it. And then I'm not going to believe no damn fucking Bible either. I'm sorry for coming out raw like that, but y'all people, y'all believe what y'all want. I'm going to believe what I want. And the correct way is the way I'm seeing it. Like, you know what I'm saying? Because I don't see God helping me right now. I don't see God helping me right now. I don't see the devil helping me either. To tell you the truth. Just wants me to do evil shit for him. That's what the devil wants. He wants you to do evil things for him to be happy. I don't think so, devil. I'm not here to accommodate you. You got a little bit of that yesterday. I'm not giving you that no more. Like what I'm saying? It's not gonna happen, bro. I know you're looking at me, devil. Like, you know what I'm saying? I will get you out of me sooner or later. You know what I'm saying? Don't forget to subscribe.